DStyleBoxing here. What's going on, everybody? Thanks to those joining me live and to those who will be joining me on archive. I don't know if I'll be visiting the chat in this live feed. I'm not sure, but I might. I'll see. I'll keep an eye. It's a Friday night, but I'll keep an eye on the live viewers. Check it out. Right? There's other stuff I want to talk about. I'll be doing other videos, but check this out. Right? Now, first of all, credit where credit's due. Right? Remember, I told you guys. He hustles. Ali Setback, he puts in that work. You got to give him credit. Right? Now, I don't know if anybody else has reported this, but Ali Setback was posting videos of Jose Aldo, who, by the way, please stop calling him Jose. Right? Jose Aldo is training with Robert Garcia. Now, thankfully, the best videos were the ones where Ali Setback shut the fuck up and was just videotaping, Garcia training Aldo. And oh my God. I mean, holy shit. All right, so look, obviously, I always liked watching Jose Aldo fight. I did. Okay, his fights were exciting to watch, but a lot of if we're strictly talking Marcus of Queensberry, okay, we're strictly talking boxing. A lot of flawed technique. I mean, and I think it's because he's used to fighting a certain way in mixed martial arts, but his boxing just isn't all there, right? It's obviously, I think it's great that he's working with Robert Garcia to improve his hand work and all that. But Robert Garcia constantly correcting him, constantly correcting how to throw a punch, and keeping his shoulder high, just several things. Jose Aldo obviously has power, but he still has to develop that, a very high level technique, and he's working on that. And I think it's great that he's working with a boxing trainer to do that, right? But I don't know how long he's going to be training with Robert Garcia. If it's a couple weeks, I mean, how much can he possibly learn? According to Jose Aldo, he wants to start boxing professionally. He wants to try boxing professionally, but the UFC won't let him. They'll let Conor, but they won't let him. They won't let the Diaz brothers either, right? But Jose Aldo, I think they said he had a couple amateur fights when he was younger, and look, he's being a student. He's listening to Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia is being very kind and saying, he does know boxing. It's just, he just doesn't have that high. He's not like a high quality boxer. Or a world-class boxer, I should say. But holy shit. It's a work in progress, and that's the best way I'm going to put it, right? It's a working progress. And you guys go check out those videos. Ali said, I know a lot of people hate Ali Setback, but you have to go to his channel to watch these videos, okay? I'm not too thrilled about the interviews that Ali was conducting. They're kind of silly, but still, just watching Aldo train with Robert Garcia was something. He's okay. I'll say that he's okay, and it's a working progress. And if he wants to go pro in boxing, he'll have to fight some pretty low-level guys if he wants to get some W's. I'm going to tell you that right now, right out the gate. The way he's looking now. Could he improve? And if, if he develops himself and he stays Robert Garcia for a while, can he develop into, a pretty good boxer? Sure. But that's going to take time. I think one of the interviews, Robert Garcia said, it took him 3-4 fights with Maidana to really, get him where you wanted Maidana to be. You know what I mean? So, and Maidana at that point had been boxing his entire life, So all I'll say is that, Jose Aldo, when it comes to just strictly boxing, he looks really like, and this is just hitting the mitts. This is not someone throwing punches back at him. He looks really stiff. All right. That's the one thing that stuck out to me. Like very stiff. Like he looks very real stiff. And I'll just say that I see why Conor knocked him out. Okay. And I'll just say that. Okay. Well, no wonder Conor McGregor knocked him out. Okay. Um, but hey, good for him, man. You know, he's trying to improve and he's trying to work on his craft, and I think that's a beautiful thing. You know, a lot of guys improve their hands. You know, when they, I think George St. Pierre, he went with Freddie Roach to, you know, train boxing and stuff, and he became part of, you know, Freddie Roach became part of GSP's, you know, team. You know, when he was welterweight champion of the world over there in the UFC. So I don't think we'll see Robert Garcia in the corner, right? I mean, and by the way, there was some things that Garcia was working with Aldo, and I look, when I'm saying Aldo looks stiff, and I'm just saying like just pure boxing. It's not his thing. It's not something he's been doing, right? And in one of those videos, Robert Garcia is trying to teach him how to throw those inside body shots. You know, how to throw body shots on the inside. You know, and you know, las caderas. Okay, like it's on the waist. And Aldo, like I said, he's stiff. Like he doesn't know how to do that. Okay, and his body's not really, the muscle memory. It's not there. Okay, and his twitch muscles, like for that specific technique, isn't quite there. That has to be developed. And the reason Jose Aldo doesn't know how to do that well is because they don't throw those type of body shots in mixed martial arts. Now, it doesn't mean Jose Aldo can't learn that and just add it to his repertoire, and if he lands it once every few fights, you know, just to have it there in the holster, that's fine. But Jose Aldo, he has like a Muay Thai style. You know, so when the guy gets on the inside like that, he's going to go Muay Thai. He's going to throw some knees at you. He's going to grab you from the back of the neck. You know, they're going to, what they call dirty boxing MMA. Like they're going to grab you from the back of the neck, and they're going to throw fucking either uppercuts up to your neck, or they're going to hit you with a fucking knee or a knee to the body. You know, if you try to throw body shots like that in mixed martial arts, right? So, and this, again, I think this goes to my point that there is a lot of that phone booth boxing, and you know that's something that Robert Garcia kind of, a lot of his fighters, he kind of learned, you know, that inside and mid-range kind of trait. You know, even if Aldo learns a lot of this stuff, I don't know how useful it's going to be in MMA. If I guess learning how to do it ain't going to hurt, but I don't know if he's ever really going to use any of that, right? But I guess if he does turn pro in boxing, I guess, you know, he can use it there. But I don't know how much Aldo could learn in a couple of weeks. You know, I don't know how long, like, you know, I just don't. And then not only that, let's say he trains with Garcia off and on. He's going to go back to his MMA training. He's going to go back to doing Muay Thai. And there's going to be a lot of, you know, relearning. Like it's just, you know, trying to get your brain to reprocess, you know, the way you box. And he's just looking really stiff. You know, he doesn't look that stiff when he fights MMA, but when he's, you know, when he was kind of doing a lot of that, you know, and I understand Garcia's asking him to do things that he's just not used to doing, you know, so I guess in fairness, that has to be said. But holy shit. When I was watching, like, I guess we're so used to, you know, as boxing fans, watching like the pro, like world-class boxers train. You know what I mean? We're seeing them hit the meds, pa 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 pa. Like they make it look so easy, like everybody thinks they could do it. Like, you know, and so I guess we're just used to that. That, you know, when someone isn't quite, you know, as developed, you know, and when it's not as natural to them, it really stands out. Okay. But there you go. Robert Garcia made a good point in one of the videos. He said, if Aldo goes pro, I mean, he has a big following, a lot of fans in Brazil. I mean, if he goes pro, I mean, he could probably make a lot more money boxing than the UFC. If he promotes his own fucking fight, everybody shows up to watch him in the stadium. He keeps all the fucking profit or the most of it. You know, so it's there's a reason the UFC doesn't want guys boxing. Okay, like the guys that can box from the because not everybody in the UFC has really good boxing ability, but the ones that do, like like Connor, like obviously they're letting Connor, but they're getting a piece of the pie. That's a big exception. But when Anderson Silva wanted to box, they wouldn't let him. The Diaz brothers wanted to box, they wouldn't let him. Okay, Aldo wanted to box, they wouldn't let him. So I think because they're a name, they're an established name, and look, if Nate Diaz had a boxing match and it sold out an arena or something, I mean, he would keep the majority of those profits, right? If it sold on pay per view, he would keep a majority of that pay per view money, right? If a network bought the fight, he would keep a majority of that money. It's a completely different business model, and I don't think they want fighters liking that, okay, whatsoever. So now, obviously, they've set a pretty terrible precedent with letting Conor box Mayweather. They set a terrible one. It's only a matter of time before one of your top fighters says, "Oh, I want to box so and so." Like, you know what I mean? It's only a matter of time. Maybe if Floyd Mayweather destroys Conor, it'll put a stop to that. But as of right now, that's where we stand. All right. Anyway, this is DStyleBoxing, and hey, keep it boxing. This is DStyleBoxing reporting